Sometimes tell me God again like this. Not of myself, I wanna feel breaths like this. About you.
Hey y'all, so I just wanted to come on here and talk really quick. Honestly, just am freestyling. I don't have any notes or anything, but as you can see from the title, the video is going to be about coming out of stagnancy, and what that could look like. Let me take a sip of my water really quick. And for those of you who don't know, or for those of you that don't know, I should say, an example of being stagnant could be like you being stuck at the same job for a while, or you being stuck at the same like pay rate for a while. And if you do get a new job, you're just finding jobs where you're basically, making the same amount as you were in the past positions that you had, or even beyond money. If you were just feeling like, let's say if you're a writer or you're an artist, if you've just been feeling like you've had like writer's block, or your creativity has been like at a standstill, these are some examples of, or again, any type of creativity that you have, as far as you putting yourself out there, this could play out as you not really seeing growth within your audience or within, I don't know why I keep burping, child. Anyway, I'm a human being, so it's gonna happen. But I just want to talk about how I've been coming out of stagnancy and how I'm gonna continue to do so. And also like signs that you're coming out of stagnancy, because sometimes, I'm not gonna say that sometimes it's out of our control, but at certain times, like sometimes things are just seasonal. Sometimes like it's just a season for you to be sitting the fuck down and just like doing doing kind of like monotonous things that you've been doing, only for, that season to be over, and then you step into a whole new realm. Let me take another sip of my water, then I'm gonna get into it. So for one, this water is a good example. If you pour water into a cup, and ignore that's lip gloss around the rim. But if you pour water into a cup, it's gonna be still. It's literally gonna be still until you shake it up, or until you pour some more water into it, or until you do something to it, in order to make the molecules of the water start moving around. So, one thing that you can do to like shake up that stagnancy is to have some type of motion within your body, whether it be working out, yoga, whether it be even just writing, journaling down. Even if you feel like you have writer's block or whatever, just write whatever you can. And this is something that I need to get back. Well, it's actually something that I re-implemented into my life. And I'm going to continue to, even just like carrying a journal around with you. Carry around like a little pocket journal that you can just keep around with you. And write things down, just something that pops into your head. Anything, ideas can come to you at the spur of the moment, and your brain remembers things easier when you write it down on a physical piece of paper, as opposed to you like putting it in your notes or saying it into like a voice memo or whatever. So so back to things won't move unless you make it move, until you shake things up. So another example of this is like, if you really like just get to, do things ever just get so like, and it could not even just be like things are just bad, or bad shit happening back to back. It's just you feel like something is not right. Like I'm not supposed to be experiencing this. Like this is not right. Even just you experiencing that emotional turmoil, and you experiencing that emotional like something within your spirit just don't sit right. That's also a form of things shaking up. And another way of shaking things up is through prayer. It doesn't matter what your religion is. It doesn't matter what your like spiritual like standing is. If you believe in any sort of higher power above you, you don't have to believe that it's God. You don't have to believe that it's Allah. You don't have to believe that it's the universe. If you believe in anything that is greater than you, because there is something greater than all of us. And it's not coming from a sense of like hierarchy, but there's a greater force over all of us that connects us, right? So even just like prayer, and I'm gonna make sure that I find time to pray tonight. But even like right now is Ramadan. And I'm not Muslim by any means, but I think that there's a lot of powerful energy right now with there being so much constant prayer. I think right now there's probably more intentional prayer and more like, more powerful energy in the ethers, in the atmosphere than there would be at any other time, because collectively so many people are coming together to fast, to pray at certain times, multiple times throughout the day. And I've even found myself praying like just on my way to work or on like my lunch break, whatever. Like the energy is very, very powerful right now. So this message is obviously timeless, but if you do happen to see this during the time of Ramadan, this is, it's even more potent right now. So even just like prayer really shake things up. If you are the type of person who believes in like connecting to like your guides or your spiritual guides or your angels or whatever, me personally, I'm very connected to Archangel Ezekiel, who's also known as Archangel Michael. And even just like praying, like I'm actually pray right now. Archangel Ezekiel, I thank you for constantly guiding me on the right path in life. I thank you for guiding the collective who's watching me right now to this video. I'm grateful that I am attracting an audience who respects me, who admires me, and who, appreciates my work. And I'm grateful that I'm getting an adequate and an abundant amount of appreciation and support in the work that I do, in my creativity, in my artistry, in my, like, just me speaking right now, coming on here. Like, I just had the urge and the feeling to come on here, and it partially has something to do with me being like dressed up right now. I wanted to film this video before I take my clothes off, take everything off, but the energy is very like powerful and potent right now. So prayer is also a way to really like shake things up. Like I said, you pour water into glass, it's going to be still. Well, it's not still right now because I just picked it up, but it's going to be still until you do something to shake it up. So the ways that I said so far that you can shake up this energy is by moving your body, by praying. Prayer / manifestation, but really prayer. Like there's something really like humble and what's the word? I feel like in some part of my spiritual journey, I felt like, oh, I don't need to pray. I can just manifest. I can just write it down and da. No, you need to have that connection of you actually, like, even if you're not speaking it out loud, the mental connection between you and this higher source that you're referring to. Writing it down isn't always enough. It's okay to ask for stuff. Ask and you shall receive. I'm not Christian by any means, but it says that in the Bible. It's okay to ask for things. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're in lack or, you're whatever. Like, it's okay to pray for things and like, but, and obviously, and within the means, like, you shouldn't just be praying like, oh, I pray I get a Lamborghini in the morning. Like, why? Like, what's your intention? Like, you also have to have pure intentions when you're praying about certain things as well. But nonetheless, those are two things. I think the third thing, which also has to do with water, is program. And I have a video before, or I have a video that I posted before, kind of speaking on like programming your water. And this is something that I need to remember to do. I did it like last week, but I really need to do this every day, every time, or at least my first cup of water in the day and maybe my last cup of water at night. Pour my intention into it, because water holds energy. Water holds memory. Water holds, there's no other way to say it. Water holds energy. So that's just another tool. And that could seem very what's the word? Like spooky and like spiritual and like whatever, like out of this world, but like it's actual, like this is actual science. The molecules of water literally hold memory. Like there's several experiments where, like, for example, there was one test sample of water and another test sample of water. And the first one, they said things like, you're beautiful, I love you, you're amazing, da da da. And then another test sample of water, they said things like, I hate you, you're pathetic, you're this, you're that. And then they poured the water into the plants. And one of those plants flourished. And I'm sure you can guess which one of those plants flourished, right? And this also goes hand in hand with just speaking power into yourself, whether this is into the mirror, whether this is